what would be the best thing for the neighborhood? And about a month later, as we were contemplating that, we had a guy that was retiring from the grocery business that approached us and said, I'm a third generation grocer. I've always wanted to start my own grocery store or help a nonprofit feed people.
All right, fantastic. All right. I've got a production crew here today. Hi, welcome to Lunch with Friends. I'm Tim Nash with Skogman Realty, and today I am here at the Corner Store over in the. Are we in Time Check? We're in the Time Check neighborhood. Yep. So I'm at the Corner Store in Time Check neighborhood over here on the northwest side, and I am having lunch with the executive director of Matthew 25. I know a lot of you have heard of them, a fantastic nonprofit here in the Cedar Rapids area. So their executive director, Clint Twedt-Ball.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Great to be with you.
Yeah. I'm excited to be here.
It's great to have you here.
I've been meaning to do this for quite a while. I think this is such a cool space. I think that it meets so many fans. It's a great mission. I love that you guys have renovated this older building to meet the needs of the neighborhood, and we will talk more about that because I want to know. Yeah, because I want to know all about kind of what the plan was and kind of what your guys' mission is. We are having lunch here. So usually I'm interviewing somebody and I'm doing it at a restaurant where it's not necessarily associated with the person I'm interviewing, but today we are having lunch at the Corner Store, and lunch is available daily.
Yeah, Monday through Saturday. It's delicious. This soup is really, really good.
Yep. So what are we having today? I'll let you describe it.
Yeah, this is an Italian soup with potato and kale and bacon, and we've got sloppy joes. Every day it's a different lunch special here. Yep. So, and we try to do it kind of old school, right? Like it's sloppy joe, like you would have had in the church basement growing up.
Love it. So, yep. Nothing too fancy. Just come in, and it's cold today, so we've got some hot lunch here. I'm really glad that you guys have that. I mean, I think part of me was expecting that I was going to come here and we'd grab a cold sandwich out of the, you guys might have had prepared sandwiches, but I was going to grab a cold sandwich out of a refrigerating unit or whatever. But no, they've got hot lunch here, and I'm really excited about it. It looks fantastic. So yeah,
it's tasty.
So Clint, why don't you? I'm trying to figure out how to start this. So why don't we talk a little bit about like Matthew 25 and what your mission was, how things kind of came about. So a little bit, maybe your origin story.
Sure. Yeah. My brother and I started Matthew 25 back in 2007, not very far from here. So right before the flood, and then 2008 the flood came along. We're in the basement of a 100-year-old church building, and that church got totally destroyed, but we just started talking to people and responding to the needs in the neighborhood, right? And eventually we came to realize that if you're going to grow strong neighborhoods, which is our mission, you have to have kind of 4 key components. You got to have healthy, good food, high quality, affordable housing, a good education system that gives kids opportunity to kind of grow into their gifts, and you have to have neighbors that care about each other and love each other. And so that's what we try and do on the northwest and southwest side. And so over the years, we've grown to where we have rentals, we have new construction homes. We just built some net zero, highly energy efficient homes, tool library, a cafe, a grocery store. So that's awesome. It's a lot of things we do.
Lots of great stuff happening over here. And I mean, I think anybody that's lived in Cedar Rapids for a period of time has heard of Matthew 25, knows about the Groundswell Café.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to several events there, and the food's always great, and it's always they've got a space there that people can rent out for programs and things like that, right?
Yep.
So very, very cool.
Yeah, it's fun. Some people would say that we sometimes do too many things. I think that when you're in a neighborhood that has a lot of challenges, that you got to kind of spread yourself to meet those challenges. So.
And it's really a need, especially we've got our 4 core neighborhoods here in Cedar Rapids.
Right.
Now if you have people that are unfamiliar with Cedar Rapids, they don't understand the way that we understand the quadrants.
Right.
But we've got them figured out.
Right.
but it's nice to see you focusing on the older neighborhoods, which is clearly that was your mission from the beginning, because
Right.
we just aren't seeing much of that, and we see a lot of people kind of, you know, out in the suburbs and whatnot. So it's nice to see a focus on our core neighborhoods here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we love these neighborhoods. I mean, Cedar Rapids has some of the coolest core neighborhoods out there, right? I mean, this neighborhood, to have the history of the oldest Muslim worshiping community
Mother
in
Mosque.
the area, to have, you know, the largest cereal mill right across the way, and that connection of walking across a bridge to get to work. A lot of old pump factories and milling factories here. There's just in this neighborhood kind of a gritty, can-do way of being that I love.
Do you have you come across families that have been here for forever, that just this is their neighborhood, and so
Yeah, a lot of homes that get passed down from generation to generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was one of the hard things about the flood. Really, was people that had grown up along the river, been there forever, and now their houses are gone. You know.
Yeah. So, I can't even. I mean, I've tried, and I'm a Cedar Rapids native, and I can't remember what it looked like before the flood. Before like everything just got wiped away. Like I can't remember what that looked like.
Yeah.
You know. So
yeah. But it's erased from our memory quickly.
So the interesting thing, though, is you started in 2007, so you started before the flood.
Right.
Was it just? I think we've seen a lot of initiative, especially in our core neighborhoods post flood.
Right.
What was it in 2007 that made you and your brother say this needs to happen?
Yeah, we were working in the Taylor neighborhood primarily, and we saw that Taylor traditionally has been one of the lower performing schools in all of Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
And we knew that, you know, we're both pastors. We knew that churches and church members needed a connection with people that were struggling. And so we saw that school and thought, what if we took volunteers into the school and helped teach reading and math and that kind of thing? So that was really our genesis. And then we did free music lessons for kids there, after school programs, free lunches, and so we were kind of poised after the flood happened to kind of say, okay, what's needed now?
Awesome. Because there was work to be done.
Right.
Yeah.
Plenty of work to be done.
So let's talk a little bit about the Corner Store. So how long has the Corner Store been open now?
It's been open now for 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was, you know, again, kind of, was this something that was always in the back of your head? I mean, when did you identify that you were going to do this?
Yeah, so the first food program we started really was on vacant lots about a block and a half away. We started an urban farm on 18 vacant lots. We knew that there was a need for food that was fresh and healthy in this area. Then we started the Corner Store, and then, or not the Corner Store, the cafe. And then this building came up for sale. It had been a rotating series of bars. It was in disrepair. It was the highest crime corner in the neighborhood. And we just thought, okay, we need to just stop bad things from happening there. So we bought it without a plan.
Just stop the cycle.
Right, just stop the cycle. And we owned it for about 1.5 years, and we were trying to figure out what to do. And a board member kind of said, what would be the best thing for the neighborhood? And about a month later, as we were contemplating that, we had a guy that was retiring from the grocery business that approached us and said, I'm a third generation grocer. I've always wanted to start my own grocery store or help a nonprofit feed people. And I'm willing to take early retirement and work for nothing to get this thing started. And so we were like, okay, this seems awesome. Like a lot of good things are coming together. Right. And so we just kind of launched from there, did a fundraising campaign. People seemed excited about it.
Definitely. Very cool.
Making it happen.
Did you talk? I mean, I'm sure that the one thing that we've been talking about a lot in Cedar Rapids lately is food desert. And, you know, especially with what happened with the Hy-Vee across the river. I mean, and that's probably something that you identified here is that there's a few smaller grocery stores, but kind of the same thing. There's not a lot in proximity to where we are right now, especially we've got the residential area right behind us, you know, it's kind of spreading out.
Yeah, so when we started evaluating this area, there were 3 bars and 3 convenience stores, and that's where if you are going to walk, right, a lot of people here are transportation challenged. If you're going to walk, that's where you'd get your food. And we're like, you know, if you walk into this store, the produce is the superstar, right? It's the first thing that you see. We're trying to work on everything being healthy. So we knew that there was a need for that in this neighborhood. We essentially erased this from the food desert map. And you can see when you're here the variety of people that come in. Some are from Methwick, which is a close neighbor, and they come because they can walk down or get here quickly. But a lot are also people that have no cars, that are recent immigrants or disabled. So helping them is a really special opportunity.
It's good, and you're really seeing the store serve the purpose that you intended for when you first opened it up, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's really great because you can come in here and you really have all the basics that one would need. So you're really meeting that mission. And
isn't it crazy? Like, we get so used to huge grocery stores, but you can come in here 5 minutes, be in and out, get all the basics that you need. It's pretty awesome. I love shopping here.
I miss the I'm on the southeast side, and we were within walking distance of the old it was a Hy-Vee pharmacy on Mount Vernon Road. It's a Goodwill now. Yeah. And when that closed, we were really upset because it was great. It was your corner grocery store. You could go there, you could get all your basic foodstuffs,
Right.
And so, I mean, this is wonderful.
Yeah. And when we talk about things like community building, right?
Yeah.
Like these places where you can come, you see people from the neighborhood, you form relationships. Like, that's a really special thing too,
Yeah, because you probably just see people that you interact with. You see them on the street. I'm sure that the folks that work here, have their regulars and become friendly with them, and and then even though, but still your customers, same thing. I'm sure that they're coming across paths with folks that they already know in the neighborhood.
Right.
It's very
a lot
cool.
of our renters come in here for food. A lot of kids we work with in schools, their families come here for food. So
So can you tell me, just what are some things that folks who are going to come shop here, just what should they know? What are some things that are unique to this store specifically?
Yeah, well, they should know that it's open to everyone. Sometimes there's this perception out there that, it's a nonprofit grocery. It's just for low-income people or people that want a food bank. No, we need everybody to shop here to support the store. But you'll see unique things. You'll see that we have a higher concentration of local products than like any other store in the area.
We picked up some Amish butter here about a week ago.
Right. Amish butter. We've got local wines, beers, a wide variety of products. So that's part of it. We have a free section. So anybody that comes in, no questions asked, can get food, produce, fresh local produce. And during the summer when people are gardening, a lot of people come and contribute to that section. We've even, talking a lot about egg prices lately. We've had people that are backyard chicken raisers, and they will come and donate eggs here that can be given out. So that's unique. And then having this little space that we're in where it's like you can gather, you can have coffee in the morning, you can watch the TV, visit with your neighbors, that kind of thing.
You got any old, I say old farmers, but you got any old folks that come in and will sit and have coffee like they're regulars?
Yeah, we have a woman, she comes in, she sits, she visits with staff, she brings baked goods a couple of times a week.
That's awesome.
It's that style, right?
And that's the vibe, and that's really fantastic. Very cool. So, Corner Store is so cool, and I appreciate you sitting down with me and having this conversation. The last thing I wanted to touch on is for Matthew 25. Are there any programs that what are some programs people should know about? And then do you guys have anything coming up that you're really excited about? Anything new?
Yeah, we always have new things, right? I think that things we didn't touch on, we run a tool library. So anybody that, especially in the real estate business, anybody that needs help with a repair project, whether it's home, garden, our tools are all super cheap to rent, or some of them we give away for free. So people should, and there are people that have huge expertise in those projects at the tool library. It's all run by volunteers.
So it's called the Tool Library?
Yeah, the Matthew 25 Tool Library.
And where's that located?
And that is right behind Groundswell.
Right behind Groundswell, okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
So that's one thing to know about. We just built, like I said, these net zero homes that are super energy efficient homes where They produce as much electricity on site as they use.
Mhm.
They're all electric, and those are on the market right now. So people should check them out, even if they're not interested in buying, just to kind of see this new wave of housing, right?
Very cool. Yeah.
And in terms of things coming up, like if people go to our website, we've got nutrition nights coming up here at the corner store where, you know, I think the next one is focused on like herbs, and people can come and sample things, see different recipes, see cooking in action, that kind of thing. So yeah, always
Cool.
fun things coming up.
Cool, fantastic. So that's great. So so check out the corner store for sure. Come down here. Even if you know if you don't live in this neighborhood, that's fine. But you know you're probably going to drive by, or if you see this and you just want to come check it out, it's a great little store. I always have good interactions with the staff. Like and it's never me. It's always they always initiate some kind of. So there's a greeting. Can I help you? And or it'll be a little comment like about the weather or something like that. Like everybody's always very, very nice here. Check out Groundswell Café. The food's always great. And then the tool library, which I did not know about the tool library.
Yeah.
So check out the tool library. Very cool.
Yeah.
And those net zero. If you want to check out one of the net zero homes, give me a call and I'll show you one.
There you go. That's right.
But all right, well, Clint Twedt-Ball, thank you so much for the conversation. I had a couple bites of the Tuscan soup and it's fantastic. I'm excited to dig into the sloppy Joe. But aside from that, thanks so much. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you. This has been wonderful. Thanks for getting word out.
Of course. Yep.
Right.
So Matthew 25 Corner Store. I'm Tim Nash with Skogman Realty. Thanks so much for watching Lunch with Friends, and we'll see you.